So in medical school, they often use the analogy like drinking water out of a fire hose. This describes all of the information that you need to digest in a short amount of time. To be honest, the first year was the absolute worst because you're new at this, you have imposter syndrome, don't really know if you can do it, and all that free pizza that you eat at lunch is starting to make sleeping on your belly a little uncomfortable. After going through all this myself, I have four things, there you go, that really changed the game when it came to me studying, for medical school. And really, I wish I knew these earlier, high school, college, because I think it would have really helped then as well. Number one, how to take a multiple choice exam. I learned this from someone else, but once I started to apply it, it really changed how I approach a multiple choice question, and I have seen a noticeable bump in my scores. So take that for what you will, anecdotal. For a multiple choice question, the first thing you want to do is read the very last line first. What do they want to know? What are they asking? The second thing you want to do is read the answers. Sometimes if you're lucky, you don't even have to read the rest of the question because you already know what the answer is just from doing those things first. And if you do have to read the rest of the question, now you know what they're looking for, so you can cut through all the blah, 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 blah in the question, the distractors, things like that, and make your test taking more efficient. Number two, figure out exactly what you need to know from the class. A bullet list of things that, hey, this is what you need to know. That makes your studying more focused, your time in the class more focused, because you know exactly what you need to know. I remember many classes in college where halfway through the semester, I'd be like, what the heck am I learning right now? And that's not a good sign. Just take a step back and figure out what the heck do I need to know. So number three, making a mental map or visual chart of the information to make remembering the information easier. The phrase, a picture is worth 1,000 words, is 100% correct. In medical school, big companies, so they would take a subject and condense it down into a picture. So you memorize the picture and you memorize the associations with the picture, makes regurgitating the information way easier. So this is what I did. Instead of buying a $300 resource subscription, it's going to expire in a year, I decided to make my own. So I got myself a digital drawing program called Affinity Designer. And with that, I created my own study resources. Here, let me show you an example of one. So here's a study chart. All right, so here we go. I'm going to zoom in here on B-cell non-Hodgkin lymphomas. You know that translocations are a big deal. So I arranged those all to be connected by the heavy IgG chain kind of cross thingy. That's kind of an example of taking information, putting it into a visual map. You get to be creative. The act of drawing, going back and reviewing, all those steps make the information more concrete and memorizable. Is that a word? In your mind. You get to keep it forever. No subscriptions. Imagine that. All right, so the last thing I want to talk about, point number 4, don't take yourself so seriously. Please, oh goodness. We're all in the same boat. We're trying to learn. We're trying to understand stuff. Being hard on yourself isn't really going to do you any favors. Being hard on other people isn't going to do you any favors. Take care of yourself. Exercise. Do fun activities. Get outside into nature. Get out of the classroom for a little bit. Now, I took up mountain biking during my time in medical school, and it has been a huge stress reliever, and I love it. It's fun. I'm going to keep doing it for the rest of my life. Well, hopefully, I also have a family with 2 kids, and they always keep me on my toes. I would not change that for anything. Along with this comes not comparing yourself to others. There is always going to be someone who is smarter than you or studies differently than you. It's just going to waste your time, make you feel bad. That's not going to help you out either. So just don't do it. Don't compare yourself to others. I hope I gave you at least something to think about when it comes in concern to studying, so you can learn stuff. Bottom line though, you got to do what works for you.